Connecting. How's it going, Chelsea? All right. All right. So today I wanted to really quickly just kind of run through a couple nice features in Command that I've been trying to use a ton for. I don't know if any of you have seen any of the new social media stuff that we've been posting, but we created a new Instagram account for KW called KW Realty 203. If you guys want to check that out and shoot us a follow on Instagram. Then we've also obviously been posting a lot more. I've been posting a lot more personally as well as to the Market Center page. And one of the things that we've been doing, one of the things I've been utilizing for that are some of the templates that KW gives us, because there's a lot of stuff in there, especially for social media. And what I've also found is that a lot of the social media stuff, the templates that they have, can be used for pretty much anything, right? You can take a square design and fit it into a print, anything that you want to use for print. If you want to create flyers or things like that. Right now, I'm like reworking my offer letter that I'm presenting to agents using some of the templates and designs that are in Command right now as well, to kind of give me some flexibility there. So there's there's a lot of options and a lot of flexibility with what we have to offer. So what I wanted to spend just a short amount of time, we're not going to take a ton of time. This isn't going to be a how-to session. All right. This is really just going to be kind of a, just in case you didn't know, here's a bunch of stuff that you have available to you. And a lot of it is literally, you can just click on it and download it and then post it to Instagram, post it to Facebook, whatever you want to do. All right. Now I'm going to share my screen with all of you. All right. Everybody is seeing my Command dashboard, correct? Can I get some thumbs ups for those of you with video, or if you don't, hit that button. All right, you're seeing my Command screen, right? All right. So first thing we're going to do is, once we're in Command, if you don't know how to get to or log into Command, or if you haven't set it up yet, please reach out to either Adonis, Robert, or Maria, and they will get you set up. All right. So once I'm in Command, the first place I want to go to is Designs. If you don't know what the little icons mean, you can always click the red KW button, and it will open up the actual words so you can see what they are. So I want to go into Design, so I'm just going to click on Designs. It's going to take you over here to my design templates, and these are essentially everything that I've created. They show you 9 on a page, and you can see I have 170 in here because I play around with this a lot. But the nice thing that I love about this is, once you've made something, you can just reuse it over and over again and like tweak it and change it and things like that. So what I'm going to show you today, if we want to create a new design, the first thing we're going to do is click that plus button in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay. It pops up this window, and we're just going to choose what kind of design we're looking for. Really, the only thing you need to really focus on is either social or print for the purposes of today. All right, so I'm going to click on social. I'm going to click next. All right. And as this is loading up here, now I just want to let you know that my next page is going to look a little bit different than yours, because as leadership, we also have designs that have been created for us for like agent recognition and things like that. So you're not going to have like this leadership section right here, but you're going to have designs for that are centered around the KW app. So if you wanted to do some sort of promotion to get people to download your app, there are a ton of designs in here, including stuff that has like cell phone, like in screenshot type stuff in it, some of the neighborhood searches, things like that. There's a bunch of different, this little, graphic here. There's a bunch of cool stuff like that. You have things in here for listings. So there's like for sale stuff in different formats. So these are all for sale templates you can use. All of these photos and designs and the wording can all be changed. If you want something specific, so say you want something to create a social post, all right, you just click on social wide. These buttons here at the top are going to give you the different types of posts you can create, or the different types of designs you can create. So if you want something for Instagram, you're going to want social square to do an Instagram post. Or if you want to do like a Facebook or Instagram story design, you click on social stories and it gives you that vertical template. All right, so that you can use that. And there are a bunch of things in here, and all of these are customizable. All right, every time, it's interesting that every time somebody enters the waiting room in Zoom, this page gets refreshed. I don't know why that's happening. It's it's kind of a weird little, it's kind of like a weird little bug going on here. It's kind of weird. So, all right. Let me just change the, all right, perfect. All right. So now these are all like kind of basic business stuff. All of the basic business stuff that you could use are going to be up here. So priced updates, just listed. If you want to use some of the neighborhood snap stuff, that's in here as well. But the thing that I wanted to show you guys today are these things that are under templates. If you come down to templates and then hit the new designs button, this is where KW is creating all of these really cool like seasonal designs that you can literally just download and use. So if you wanted a quick like happy Thanksgiving design for like a Facebook story or a Facebook post, you could literally just download this thing right here, not do anything to it, and then immediately post it. And it's something that's like, it's nice, it's good looking, and they have a bunch of different versions of this, right? So they just had a bunch for Veterans Day down here as well. You can see they had ones from Halloween. All right, there were ones around like Election Day as well, you know. So if any of you who are following me on Instagram or Facebook have probably saw this, right? And these are all things that you literally don't need to do anything with. You can just click on them and download them. All right. So as an example, I'm going to do one for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to do this. So you have a couple options here. Obviously, you have some of these that are less like require less, work than others, right? But I like this. Our clients are sweeter than pie design. So I'm just going to click on that. I'm just going to click on the design, and then it opens up the design editor, which allows me to then play with it. So I am a big fan of symmetry, and I'm not going to use this as an actual, but for those of you who are getting your pie orders in within the next hour to Maria or Robert, and you want something to post to your people or like a last ditch effort to see if there's any additional people that you missed, this could be like a great design that you could use for our pie event next week, right? Or maybe you use this just to send to the people who are picking up pies as like a reminder, right? So for this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to get rid of this DBA logo, and I'm going to do that just by clicking on it, because you don't want DBA there. I'm going to click on the logos button here. And for those of you in the Ridgefield Market Center, you can use the company logos and KW. And all of the Keller Williams logos here are free, are good for you to use as a Ridgefield agent, because we are Keller Williams Realty. For those of you in Stamford, you need to go to the KW DBA logos. All right. And you'll need to actually upload those from the KW Prestige Properties ones. Here's the thing though. Nobody's going to get in trouble for using the regular Keller Williams Realty logos. Okay. Especially if you're posting them to like Instagram or Facebook or something like that. All right. So I'm going to look to add, I need to add a logo. So I'm going to use this one here, which is the red and gray. And I just click on it. It brings it right into the design. I'm going to actually put it right at the top. You can see that little blue line there. Lets me know when it's centered. So it's now centered. All right. If you wanted to use this as a reminder for our pie event, anybody know what time the times are? Because I don't remember right now. What is it? 11 to 3, 12 to 4? Everybody remember? Nobody knows. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing the
I
pie.
think it's 1 to 5, Dan.
1 to 5. All right, I'm going to go with your gut on that, and I'm just going to change this from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's not on the 14th. It's on the 23rd. All right. And let's see, who am I going to do this for? Let's do it for Marvin. Marvin, are you doing pies this year?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Mine is on the 24th, 3 to 7 at my house.
Is it group or team?
Associates.
Benson Associates. All right. And yours on the 25th, you said?
23rd. 24.
24th.
Tuesday,
And it's from when?
3 to 7. Yeah, so it's 18 Littlebrook Lane,
06814? No.
06470.
470. 18 Littlebrook?
Yes, 2 words.
All right, so you see how that did that? It wasn't big enough. If I just click off of it, I can drag this out to make it bigger. And look at that. Boom. Client's got Marvin has a brand new little social post for all of his people. So now,
So how do I send it out?
Now that I'm done with it,
Whoops.
I'm going to download this as a JPEG, right? So I hit the download button in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm going to download it as a JPEG. All right, I'm going to save, and I'll send it to you afterward. All right. Now, if I wanted to do this as a social post now, I'm going to move myself around here. Give me a second. Because in order for me to post, I do everything like for social on my phone, right? Like I use my phone to post to Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So for those of you who also do that, oh crap, where'd that design go? I don't see it on my desktop. My desktop's a mess right now. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again with you. Okay, so now I have that graphic that I have here. So if I wanted to make it so I can share it like easily from my phone, because I have a Mac, it's easier for the rest of you. I'm not sure exactly how you do that, but you can just right click on it and do the share button and then hit add to photos. And because of my iCloud account, that's now going to sync with my phone. So now it's going to show up on the photos on my phone, and it becomes really a really easy graphic to share. Right? If you don't have a Mac or you don't want to do that, the other easy thing that you can do is just email it to yourself and then pull it up on your phone with your email on your phone, and then download it to your phone, or like, save it to photos. All right. And now you have a really simple, easy post. Now, what questions do we have? Or did anybody see any issues or have any issues with that? Yes. So Mary, to answer your question, yeah, you can take that image. It's a JPEG file. So you can literally just drag it into an email. If you want to see what that looks like. Right. So I'm going to pull up my email here. And Zoom's going to go a little crazy as I move stuff around. All right, so I'm going to email this to Marvin. Where did it go? I don't know where it is. Oof, my computer's slowing down. It's not liking all this zooming and screen sharing. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but it's taking quite a while. Here we go. No, I want to see this. Where is it saved? Saved to my desktop. Why can't I see it on my desktop? All right. Does anybody see it on my desktop?
Why don't you just go to recents? Go to Finder and Recent.
I thought I would have had it here. Let me see here. All right. I'm just going to do this. All right. So I have it here in the email. I have it here on my computer. I just click on it and I can drag it straight over. It's going to drop the file in. Seems like those map books couldn't come soon enough, huh? All right. It's going to put the file in here. Now I just hit send and it's there, right? Obviously with the actual design, if you were to be sending this to like clients, or if you wanted to use it in a command design, like email design, you could obviously do a lot more with that if you want to, but it's a JPEG file. So you could center that in the email. You could add it to an HTML design. If you use MailChimp, you could add it into a MailChimp design really easily. So there's a lot that you can do with that, obviously, and make it as complicated or as simple as you'd like it to be, right? So what do you guys think? Pretty easy? Pretty good stuff?
Very easy.
All right,
Really
I cannot
cool.
wait until next week to see all of you posting all of that stuff on your Instagram and Facebook. I'm going to see everybody posting the same stuff. It's going to be awesome. Now, what I would also recommend is go in there and play with it a little bit, right? It's really easy to add shapes and like and you can add photos and pictures to those designs really easily as well. Just play with it a little bit. You really can't screw it up, right? Because there's lots of back buttons, revert buttons. And worst case scenario, if you screw it up, you just close it, you delete it, and you start over again, right? It's like, it's pretty break proof, you know? It's pretty easy to not like screw it up in any big way. All right. All right. Any other questions? I told you this was going to be short and sweet and super simple, right? If I moved too quickly for you, here's the beauty of it. I've been recording this. So by tomorrow, maybe Thursday, Adonis will have it up on our YouTube page, which is if you just go to YouTube and search for Keller Williams, Ridgefield, Stanford, you'll find our YouTube page there, and you can find the recording right there on the page. All right, and pause it, slow it down, do whatever you want with it. And then in addition, if we haven't yet, hop on Facebook, hop on Instagram, shoot me a follow request for either, I'm at Dan Raposo, or if you can look for KW Realty 203. And you can obviously, or what you could do is just let me do the heavy lifting, and then all you got to do is repost or share those posts, right? That's another great tool as well. A lot of the posts that a lot of the things I'm posting right now are just designs that KWRI is making for us as leadership. And so I'm just downloading them and posting them myself, right? So you have the ability to just literally share or repost the same exact things. All right. Use the Market Center for leverage with this stuff.
Dan, these are formatted specifically for the different platforms, right? So they would be pre-sized for like Instagram and Facebook, for example.
Yes. So there's designs in there. You'll look to see like social stories are all vertically designed, and they're sized to be used so that when you download them and then add them as a story to Instagram or Facebook, they're already the right size. So you don't have to worry about zooming things, cropping things, anything like that. Same thing with like the social post square. right? Those are sized to be
No,
used
I'm gonna
for,
be home like in 15
those are
minutes.
sized to be used with, you know, Instagram. So again, you don't have to zoom, crop, do any of those things. Social wide are sized to be, to show up well on Facebook. What I will say is I still prefer to use square images for Facebook because wide images on Facebook mobile don't show up as well. They tend to
What-
cut off the sides when people,
What
when
do you
it's showing
prefer?
up.
What do you prefer for Instagram?
I just use square for regular
Okay,
posts.
square for
Unless you're doing
Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram or Facebook stories, I just
Okay.
honestly, almost all of my designs I do are square. It's a little bit limiting as far as, you know, the images and stuff like that, because it's, you know, you lose some of that cutoff, and so it becomes a little bit, there's a bit of a challenge with that, but it's pretty simple with, it's pretty simple in the sense that, you know, you don't have to worry about how it's going to show up. It shows up really nicely on both platforms.
Got it. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Stephen.
After you've done your design, what do you do with it? Do you save it? Do you download it?
Yeah, so I did show you that. Let me do it
Yeah.
one more time.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
so there's a download button. So give me 1 second. So of course it moved it back over here. I'm like moving, I'm I'm moving Zoom from back and forth here, depending on where the window is that I'm sharing. Wait, hold on. Something got screwed up here. Let me share it. Let me do it again. All right. So you're seeing my command window now? Yes? Thumbs up? Yeah? All right.
Yep, see it.
In this upper right-hand corner, I always recommend downloading. So you hit that little down arrow button, and that's the download button. You can download a PNG file, which is useful if you want to if you're creating an image that is going to get put over like another image, you know, like if, you know, so like in Instagram and stuff, you can add little things to it, or you can add backgrounds, or same thing with Facebook, right? You can add backgrounds to your posts. Or if you're creating like kind of a more in-depth post, like something that you're going to put on top of something else, like for instance, if you're going to create like a flyer using Word, right? And I don't necessarily want this yellow background. I just want this stuff to show up on the Word document. What I can do is I can just click on this background and delete it. That's a picture within a frame. So now I delete the frame, and now it's white. And now if I download it as a PNG file, what will end up happening is the white background won't be there. It'll just be everything else over whatever I put it on. So if I put it into like a Word document, it won't have like a white square on it necessarily, right? So it allows you to do some different things like that. But your most useful are going to be to download as a JPEG, which is just an image file, or a PDF. And with those two images, if you want to post on social media, stuff like that, you need to use JPEG. If you're planning on doing any kind of print, my recommendation would be PDF, or emailing things to people. You could use either JPEG or PDF. All right. Does that answer your question, Stephen?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan.
No problem. Happy to help. All right. What else? Any other questions? All right. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook. It's just Dan Raposo. You can find me. I'm connected to enough of you on this call that the rest of you should be able to find me pretty easily. And then the new Keller Williams Instagram account is KW Realty 203. All right. Make sure to like and follow those pages. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Let's go out there and sell some real estate.
Thank you, Dan.